Welcome to DevKit Weekly, where this week we'll be reviewing the SimplyNUC Topaz, powered by 11th generation Intel Core processors, and showing how you can win one of 16 we're giving away for free. The SimplyNUC Topaz isn't really a development kit. More aptly, it's a mini PC. For those who aren't familiar with Intel's next unit of computing, or NUC, they're a line of off-the-shelf, small form factor systems that have been providing system-level access to Intel processor technology since second generation core processors all the way back in 2013. You can get NUC boards, you can get NUC kits, and systems like this, all that have varying features, and they're available from either Intel or their partners. But at the core of the NUC platform is an Intel processor-based SBC, enclosed in a plastic case with a fan and I/O ports, as well as an external power supply. Many NUC solutions are backed by a warranty too, as well as customer support, and they ship with VESA mounting plates, like this here. And that's because a lot of NUCs were originally deployed as digital signage solutions. But today we're going to be talking about these 11th generation core-based NUCs from SimplyNUC, this Topaz, which can be used to execute full AI stacks. So SimplyNUC is an Intel partner that specializes in, well, NUCs. The company's new Topaz line extends the legacy off-the-shelf system-level access to Intel processor technology by supporting 11th generation Intel Core i3, 5, and 7 mobile processors, which were previously codenamed Tiger Lake by Intel. In addition to digital signage applications, like I mentioned, these core processors now pack enough performance to drive full AI stacks, which is where we're going to start. The 11th generation Intel Core processors featured on the Topaz NUCs are multi-threaded devices that offer either 2 or 4 cores and twice the amount of threads per each. In addition, the i3 device integrates Intel UHD graphics for 11th generation core processors, while the i5 and i7 parts support Intel Xe graphics, both of which essentially function as on-chip GPUs. These fold right into the image pipeline and offer a parallelized architecture, which in the case of the Xe graphics units, brings up to 96 execution units to bear on workloads like AI. The combination of the CPU and graphics blocks are key to executing neural network workloads, and Intel recognized this by adding support for Deep Learning Boost, or DL Boost, technology to all of the 11th generation core processors, which help accelerate AI execution through instructions like Advanced Vector Extensions 512 and Vector Neural Network instructions. Those instructions are built right into the ISA, and the Intel Core processors are also compatible with the OpenVINO toolkit, which optimizes neural network algorithms for different computing architectures, which comes in certainly handy on these because there's more than one. The Intel Core i3, i5, and i7 processors that are available on the SimplyNUC Topaz have 6, 8, and 12 megabytes of Intel Smart Cache on chip respectively. They also support up to 64 gigabytes of external DDR4 or LPDDR4 memory, and all of that comes at the expense of just 12 to 28 watts of configurable TDP. But beyond just AI, these chipsets allow the Topaz NUCs to drive up to 4 simultaneous displays each with 4K 60 resolution, which you can connect either via HDMI or DisplayPort. And there are also additional 10 gigabit per second super speed USB ports, a couple of them up here, a couple on the back, and 2 of them are Thunderbolt 4 compatible. There are also the super speed USB Type A ports on the other side. From a networking standpoint, there are 2 Ethernet ports on board that support 2.5 and 1 gigabit per second data rates, and there's also integrated 802.11ax Intel Wi-Fi 6, and all of that connectivity is backed by an onboard TPM for security. If all that's not enough for you, that's fine. That's because SimplyNUC offers customization for its Topaz systems, which spans everything from different RAM capacities to optional M.2 storage, more USB, DisplayPort, HDMI ports. You can even upgrade the chassis with different types of LEDs. They sell an optional mouse and keyboard, and you can get Windows or Linux pre-installed. There are also these additional lids that can be added which provide application-specific functionality if you need it. The base Topaz i3 starts at $559, and that includes 4 GB of DDR4, 128 GB SSD, and free OS installation. And those prices go up to $789 for the Core i7 version, all of which is before customization. You can purchase one directly from SimplyNUC.com. Unfortunately, the SimplyNUC Topaz is back-ordered in at least 2 of the 3 versions. But you're in luck because you can win one of 16 that we're raffling off at AI Day, which is September 9th. Register for AI Day at ai-mlday.com, where Raymond Lowe, a software evangelist for the OpenVINO toolkit at Intel, will show you how you can get an AI deployment up and running on systems like the Topaz in his session, hands-on experience to building your first AI solution within an hour. Again, to register and attend that session and others like it, and have a chance to win one of these 16 SimplyNUC Mini Topazes, we're gonna wanna go to ai-mlday.com. Well, that's it for this week. Good luck accelerating your AI engineering experience, and we'll see you next week on DevKit Weekly.